Hi, this is Lucas Sales from the Zone of Success. Hands are one of the most complex and sensitive parts of the human body. They consist of multiple muscle groups, various types of joints, and are innervated by 3 different nerves. It's no surprise that studies are being conducted to determine whether there is a connection between the intricate physiology of the hands and the profound mysteries of human cognition. The complexity of the brain was first established by the father of modern neuroscience, Santiago Ramon y Cajal. Among many discoveries, he was responsible for identifying the structures that form neurons, how they are connected, and the diverse nervous structures of the brain. Since then, scientists have been trying to uncover the secrets of this vital organ, which continues to surprise researchers with its unique connections and effects. It's no wonder that even after years of formulating the theory of neuroplasticity, neuroscientists are still working to create a coherent explanation of how the body can influence the mind. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to form and reorganize its neural connections as a result of interactions with the environment. This ability is particularly useful when the body suffers some type of injury. For instance, knowing that the functionality of the hands is closely controlled and monitored by the brain, it's not surprising to consider that the reverse might also be true. According to Dr. Andrew Huberman, human hands have various indices and measurements that can determine cognitive functions. An important fact is that natural androgens produced in the body can influence a child's brain development, which in turn affects these hand indices, resulting in remarkably consistent effects on the human mind. There are several reasons why this happens. Scientists like Shauna Togo and others have shown in a study published in Nature and the index finger, referred to as 2D, for D, can differ in individuals on the autism spectrum compared to those who are not. Specific and complex anatomical variations can also have significant effects on brain function and morphology. Dr. Huberman has been involved in a project studying how androgens affect prenatal development and how this impacts finger proportions. This study, also published in Nature in 2000 and replicated 5 times, demonstrated that the disparity between the index finger and the ring finger on the right hand represents higher testosterone exposure during prenatal development. This explains why men tend to have slightly shorter index fingers compared to ring fingers. Dr. Andrew Huberman, with decades of research on the brain, explains that the structure of the human hand can indeed influence brain function. His theory also suggests that maternal hormones during pregnancy, specifically natural androgens, can alter fetal brain development, leading to changes in the body's development, including measurable finger indices. Individuals exposed to high levels of prenatal androgens are more likely to have longer ring fingers than index fingers in adulthood. Scientists Dr. Christian Pack and Dr. Margaret Gatz discovered that differences in finger lengths could be related to certain cognitive outcomes later in life. To reach this conclusion, they conducted a study involving a large group of 8,000 Alzheimer's patients. They found that women with a greater disparity between the lengths of their index and ring fingers were more likely to develop the disease. Conversely, prenatal exposure to higher levels of androgens, which leads to more masculine hand proportions, less disparity between the index and ring finger lengths, appeared to better preserve cognitive function in women as they aged. These effects were studied by measuring hand indices and correlating this data with cognitive function tests, which included numerical series, image vocabulary, and verbal analogy exercises. The human brain not only controls the body's functions, but also regulates our emotions, behaviors, and cognition. Researchers found that people's hand gestures often reflect their moods and dispositions. Interestingly, individuals with longer ring fingers than index fingers tend to have a more logical thinking pattern, making them great problem solvers. Consequently, they often pursue careers in fields like science or engineering. On the other hand, people with longer index fingers than ring fingers tend to be more solitary and goal-oriented. They may even be categorized as introverts in some cases, though this is still a topic of debate. Lastly, Individuals with equal lengths for both fingers often display a reserved nature and a tendency to avoid conflict. However, it's important to note that while they may be reserved and peaceful, they can also have strong personalities. A study by Dr. Karen Harmon James, published in Trends in Neuroscience and Education, found that learning handwriting during childhood activates what is known as the brain's reading circuit, improving a child's ability to recognize letters and comprehend sentences. This is due to stronger connections between the two hemispheres of the brain, which are further reinforced when writing is learned early. Practicing activities that improve motor coordination, especially involving the hands, leads to significant brain changes, observable through MRI scans. The brain remains deeply connected to the rest of the body, not only during adulthood, but throughout all life stages, including fetal development. This demonstrates how much of what we do with our bodies can influence our brains. As we've seen, hands are an excellent example of the vast amount of information we can extract about how we think, feel, and live. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to stay updated, and share this video with your friends. See you next time. Take care